Hello and welcome back to another edition of Good Morning Pattaya, Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show. As usual, I'm your host Nick Pendrell, and on the sofa along with me is my partner in crime, Mr. Dave D.
I don't like the crime bit, but good morning to you, mate. Sun shines outside and I did make it here in my own car, okay?
That's all right. Didn't carjack anybody to get here.
Good morning,
I'm always pleased to see that. And our guests today are Rishi and Nitin from Huntsman Indiathai.
Morning, guys.
Welcome to Good Morning Pattaya. Nice to see you here. So, let me start by asking you, what exactly does Huntsman Indiathai do?
Basically, our company is primarily into real estate for the last, say, around 3.5 to 4 years now.
Right.
But we have recently added the new ventures like wedding planners, export and import of liquor and spices.
All right.
Plus, we have recently opened up a restaurant and a bar on the rooftop of Vogue Hotel, which is just next to Soilinki.
Right.
So these are some of the things we are into.
Very diversified. Yeah. That's a lot of different industries that you're in. But so real estate was the first business that you started.
It's still the primary.
Right.
Business, you know?
Right.
So what sort of made you diversify from the real estate business, which which is basically where you started? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, what made you decide that you wanted to take on board other products?
See, I'll be very honest to you. The Pattaya market, it's actually over flooded with the condos, right? And I don't want to lose my clients. So in the last 1.5 years, I have never referred a condo to my client. I always ask them, it will be better if they form a company and go for a house, right? Which you can get at almost the same price which you can get a condo, maybe on the Cozy Beach, maybe on the Jomtien side. You can get the similar kind of a place, more space in respect to a house on Thapraya Road, or if you go to Sukhumvit. So it's cheap, and I think houses are better than condos anyways.
One of the things I picked up on, Nick, and that is that you're into wedding planning.
Yes, we are.
Now, is this just for the Indian market or is this for everybody?
It's for everybody.
Okay.
It's for everybody.
Because I mean, going from sort of real estate, Nick, and then going into what I would call the safe zone, being the bar and the wedding planner. I mean, the two actually go together, don't it?
Yeah.
So was it the bar first or the wedding planning? Really good. But I mean, the import and export business. I mean, you say that you're importing fine wines or?
Yeah, basically we have recently tied up with one of the companies by the name of Redico Khaitan. It's an Indian company, and it governs around 40% liquor business in Indian market. They have brands like Contessa and 8 PM. So we will be importing it into Thailand.
How accessible is it to? I mean, I like spicy food. I like Indian food. I mean, how accessible is it for people in Pattaya and Thailand to get true Indian spices?
See, I don't think you get it as of now.
Okay.
Plus, we are into importing spices, but we do not give in a small quantity. It's an wholesale kind of a thing.
Sure.
So anybody who wants to order, say, around 100 kg or 1,000 kg kind of a thing, then we can provide it.
But this is Indian spices.
Yes,
it is.
The
real stuff, not what we call Indian spices.
Yeah, because I've studied the Pattaya market and the Bangkok one. The spices which you get in small wrappers, kind of things, they are actually not spices. More of, there is one...
Flavoring?
Yeah, it's more of flavoring. Yeah.
And how many outlets are you supplying at the moment with your spices? How many outlets, how many restaurants are you
Basically,
supplying?
it's not restaurants.
Right.
It's companies down in Bangkok who are facilitating to the hotels and restaurants across. So we are giving them.
Right, wholesale. Right, right. Let's talk a bit about your own restaurant. Is it an Indian restaurant?
Basically, the Vogue Hotel is a place which is 99% occupied by Russian people.
Right.
Right. So we have a restaurant on the 8th floor, which has beautiful view of Pattaya.
Right.
And we cater to Indian food, Thai food, different Russian salads. We have pizzas, we have burgers, fast food kind of things.
All right.
Plus, we have recently started up with kebabs on the roof. Plus, we have the booze.
Right.
See, I find that in a way, you know, really brave of you to do that, because you know, you would have thought that Indian people would have said, okay, right, we're going to open a restaurant for Indian food, you know, but going to where you've gone and you're saying that the majority of the people in the building are Russian.
Yeah, Russian.
I mean, that's a leap of faith, you know. And how are they finding your food?
See, I think many of the people who come and have tasted our kebabs, they specifically say, please, tomorrow we will be back at this time.
Okay.
So I wanted, you know, not to take much of time to serve. So please pre-book our order for the same.
So,
things like
so
that,
to
yeah.
make me smile today, I'm going to ask you one question that will make me smile is, do you do real Indian tea?
Yes, we do.
That's it. Sold.
You like your Indian tea?
I like
yeah?
Indian tea, proper Indian tea. I love. I do. And you, Nick?
I'm not a tea drinker. I'm a coffee man. And
Oh, you can get coffee also.
oh, that's all right then. I'll be down.
The wedding side of it. Sorry, the wedding side of it. I mean, you know, what made you get into the wedding side of it?
I'll tell you, last year when I was in India at my friend's wedding, somehow the wedding got disrupted, you know. It could not be finished, or you can, whatever you can think of, you know. So his father told me that he booked this, one of the 5-star properties down in Mumbai. It costed him around 3.5, what do you call? Here, if I say, it costed him around 30 to 40 million Thai bahts to just prepare the same for the wedding.
Sure.
So I told them, why don't you try some place out, you know, and maybe Mauritius, maybe Thailand, maybe Singapore, maybe any of the things. So they told me, okay, you find a place for us. So I have a friend in Phuket who has been doing this for quite a long time. I got in touch with him, I asked him, and he sent me a budget. When I showed them the budget, they were more than happy, you know, because there was a cost difference between wedding in Phuket and you're getting a wedding in India.
Yeah, sure.
It was cheaper than that. So that way I started.
You know, and Indian weddings are a big thing, aren't they?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they're a spectacle. I've been to a few, and they're very big, and they you know, they take pride in what they do.
And all
Yeah, absolutely. You know, but you know, like you say, the cost saving from probably doing one in over here,
You know,
and the setting, of course.
Yeah, and Indian weddings are, if suppose my son's wedding, I'll give each and everything to the people who I'm inviting. Like the tickets.
Yeah.
Tickets, I'll buy for them.
Yeah, sure.
Even doing these kind of expenses, still this place is cheaper. Yeah.
So what size of weddings, what is the biggest one that you've put on?
See, it was an Indian wedding, of course, which was the big one.
Indian weddings are always big.
I guess that's why I asked the question. I'm guessing there weren't just like the bride and groom and a couple of friends.
Absolutely.
So how many people in total?
The Indian wedding, there were around 376 people.
376.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Because my rest of the weddings which I have done are basically people from England or Australia.
Right.
So they cater to a small group, maybe 30 people, 40
Yes,
people,
that's
not more
more
than that.
normal in England. Yeah.
Not more than that.
So
only the close friends.
Which are some of the hotels that you use?
We don't use hotels.
You don't use them?
No.
Oh, so where do you accommodate them?
It's on the resorts,
Right.
on the beachfront.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the basic idea. They're traveling from India to this place.
Sure.
Had it been only a hotel, they can find it in Mumbai.
That's
Delhi.
true.
So the idea is to be somewhere on the beach, you know, and get that feeling, you know, the beach.
The backdrop.
The sea, the movies, okay,
Yeah.
somebody's getting married and there's a whole ocean there, all that stuff. That's the basic idea for them to travel all the way here.
Sounds excellent. And where do you find, which bit of beach do you use then?
Basically, there is a quiet beach near Patong Beach in Phuket. We primarily use that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's actually in Phuket rather
Yes,
than Pattaya.
yes.
Yeah. Is there any, have you any plans to do any weddings in Pattaya, or Phuket is a better destination for weddings?
Last week I went to Kolan, and there is one beach which is just near to the pier where the ferry goes. It's on the left-hand side, the first beach which comes.
Right.
It's a very quiet place, and you have a decent space out there.
Right.
So I am planning to do the next one there for
Right.
a friend of mine because it's a small gathering of around 28 people.
Okay.
So that can be
Not-
accommodated
not
there.
Too big there.
Easy.
So how many weddings per year or per month do you average?
It's not per month actually. The average will be around not more than 7 to 8 in a year.
Yeah, I can imagine. There's,
yeah.
Certainly when you get
So
one of
it's
the
a lot of
large
plan-
Indian
a lot of
ones,
planning,
it's
isn't it?
a huge amount of
Yeah.
planning, yeah.
Can I just take you back to your import-export, on what you was talking about, the wines and that? I mean, is it new wines and that you're breaking into Thailand that are not here already?
It's
or-
new.
Yeah.
It's new.
Yeah, and this is for the whole market?
Whole market.
Okay.
Basically, there will be 4 products, starting from vodka, gin, rum. Rum is the dark rum, and the whiskey. So 4 different things.
4 different brands or same brand?
Yes, same brand. Same,
Same
brand.
brand.
Same brand.
And that's not available in Thailand? at the
No,
moment?
it is not.
We're the first movers for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's always, we've done over the years. I mean, I've been here like 7 years and I've been to a lot of like, new brands in wine and spirits and stuff like that. And I think it's a very hard market to break into, but if you've got the right product and you market it right, I think it works. But of course, being in Thailand, rules and regulations and things like that, I think it's the way you do it, especially.
See, I'll tell you why the things move slowly in Thailand. First of all, you should be very clear what the laws are, right? Second of all, you should be very clear why you want that product here. Like, I want these products in Pattaya because I want to cater to the people who are into selling cocktails, not hard drinks as such. Because when you ask for any of the cocktails, they do not mix, the expensive ones.
Yeah, sure.
They go for the low brands.
Yeah.
It's only the taste which needs to be the same.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I would like to cater to that market in particular.
Interesting.
And as for the wine, which countries do they come from, the wines?
The wines which I am importing,
Yes.
it's basically an international brand, but the origin is from India.
Oh, it's actually
Yes,
Indian wine.
yes.
I didn't really associate India with the wine market. Whereabouts in India do they come from with the wine?
Maharashtra.
growing? Right.
Maharashtra is one of the state. They have their primary distilleries there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. And how does it compare with sort of price for?
See, the price initially, it will be the lowest in the market.
Really?
Yes, for the first 6 months. Because I just need to, feel the market.
Right.
So it will be the cheapest available even in the wholesales.
I think it's a good move always, Nick,
Yeah.
to sort of like, aim low, make it a little bit fair enough, but get it out there. I mean, there's nothing like self-advertising, and if you can cover your costs and get it out there, and make sure everybody tastes it, then it's like a cartwheel. It will follow.
Yeah.
People will like it, they will buy it, and then of course your price is there.
Yeah, sure.
So having all the things that you do at the moment, what's the next thing that you would like to get into? Because you don't seem as though you're stopping.
I'm already 36 and I plan to retire by 40.
Yeah.
That's the next thing I want to do.
I can remember saying that at 40.
Yeah.
We've done so much in the last 4 years. If you carry on at the same pace, then you should be able to do it.
Absolutely. And I will do it.
Oh yeah, and you would actually like relaxing? I'd have thought it must, because you must do so much work. I can
Yeah.
imagine the wedding planning alone must be huge as you're getting up to the big day. You think you can just switch off like that when you're 40? Go, that's it, finishing. I never want to work.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
I will go like this.
You really?
Yes.
When are you 40?
It's 4 years.
4 years' time.
Still 4 years.
I will be there when you flick that switch.
Great.
Great. I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, the people are trying to bring new brands to Thailand because there is a lot of markets out there. There's a lot of cultures out here, and at the end of the day, if people can cater for their culture and other cultures as well by breaking new products into the market, I think it's a great idea.
Particularly good with wine because to me it seems such an expensive drink here that it's good to have something else at the low end of the market because usually it's the most expensive way of getting drunk. I've realised is on wine. There's other ways of doing
Still
it.
don't get drunk, on wine.
Believe me, the amount I drink, I can.
But it's also very hard to. I mean, I don't drink alcohol, so I don't really know. But I mean, it's very hard to break somebody. Surely, if like Nick, he likes likes his wine and that is to sort of say, hey, you know, try this and sort of lure him away from what he's already drinking. You know, I suppose that's a hard thing to do,
Sell it
isn't
to me cheap, that'll work.
Well, yeah, cheap always works for Nick.
So, how do people get in contact with you, to find out more about your many businesses? Have you got a website?
Basically, you know,
lots of websites.
Yeah, I have, spent some time in England. You know, during that time, I had an association with one of the best, groups out there.
Right.
You know, when I was almost a boy, kind of thing. You know, so my primary contacts are there.
Right.
They are still my primary contacts. You know.
Excellent.
And whenever we go out, we have, get together. Then we get in touch with the other friends. You
Great.
know. So it's that circle which is still moving.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Nitin and Rishi, for coming and telling us all about Huntsman Thai. We'll be back with part 2 soon.